Hello and welcome to Cherry Drive Kindergarten Readiness. Ready, set, go. My name is Liz Jordan and I am the principal at Cherry Drive. We're super excited that you're coming to our school next year or that you're interested in coming to our school next year. At Cherry Drive, we learn, we work hard, and we are positive, and we definitely have a lot of fun. The vision of Cherry Drive is that we are a family that provides a consistent, positive, caring, and highly engaging optimal learning environment. To accomplish this, we will foster supportive collaboration and hold everyone accountable to consistent high expectations. As a community of diverse learners, we will value and take pride in one another by celebrating growth and success. Together, through this hard work and dedication, we will be productive 21st century citizens and lifelong learners. Why Cherry Drive? Cherry Drive is a smaller, close-knit community. We have about 300 students, and you'll definitely get that sense of community when you're here. We have a diverse population of learners. We're about 50% free and reduced lunch. We have about 12% English language learners, and students that come from within our boundaries as well as outside of our boundaries. We focus on rigorous academics as well as the social, emotional well-being of students, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but we know how important that social, emotional element is, especially with what we've gone through in recent times. We have very low teacher turnover. A large majority of our staff have worked at Cherry Drive for a decade or longer. We strive to engage with families with events like fall carnivals, holiday extravaganzas, literacy nights, wellness challenges, and end-of-the-year events to celebrate students and their hard work. While many of these things were very hard to do this year, we're hoping that as we move forward, we'll be able to engage with our families a lot more. At Cherry Drive, we have a belief in the importance of health and wellness education and the whole child. We have a strong focus on professional development opportunities for all staff. On Wednesdays, students are dismissed early, allowing for time for our staff to engage in professional learning that aligns with the goals of our school. We have such a positive culture and climate. We love our staff and our students. In fact, year after year, the staff culture and climate survey is one of the highest in the districts. And of course, we have the cutest mascot, Chewy. Our goals at Cherry Drive are student growth and achievement, so raising achievement levels for all students and closing the existing achievement gaps, increasing graduation rates while increasing rigor at the same time. We also strive to outperform peer districts. The culture and climate at Cherry Drive is also a big goal for students and staff to feel connected to our district's positive culture. And knowing every student by name, strength, and need is a big focus at our school. Building relationships amongst our staff and staff with students, as well as with our families, is so important to us. At Cherry Drive, we are proud to be an Apple Distinguished School, which means we are one-to-one with iPads. And so every student is equipped with his or her own iPad as an instructional tool. There are 535 schools across 32 countries that are Apple Distinguished Schools, and Cherry Drive is one of only 2 within the state of Colorado. We recognize that this generation of students learns and engages differently than we have in the past. And so technology really is engaging for the students, and they use it in very innovative ways. All right, a little bit about myself. I have been the principal at Cherry Drive. This is my first year, but I've been in education for 15 years, 8 of those being in Adams 12, both as a teacher and as an assistant principal. I have 2 young children, and we love spending a lot of time in the mountains. My favorite part of the day is time in classrooms with students. Our assistant principal is Gina Costa. She's been in education for almost 20 years and 32 years in Adams 12, not only as a teacher and an assistant principal, but also as a student. She has 3 kids, 14, 12, and 9, loves skiing, and this is her second year at Cherry Drive. And her favorite part of the day is greeting students in the morning. Now to our kindergarten team. Mrs. Finnegan is one of our kindergarten teachers, and she's taught in Adams 12 for 30 years, and 28 of those are in kindergarten. A lot of experience. She graduated from Regis College in Denver and has lived in many different states in the United States. Married for 18 years, she has 3 teenagers, 2 dogs, and they're a big hockey family. Miss D, or Miss D Agostino, we call her Miss D. She's taught kindergarten in Adams 12 for the past 2 years and graduated from the University of Colorado studying elementary education and psychology. She was born in New York but grew up in Cincinnati and has a golden retriever named Pluto. Lots of interests, including snowboarding, hiking, movies, reading, and hanging out with friends and family. These are our specials teachers. Mr. Gardner teaches PE. Miss Humphrey teaches music. Miss Plunkett teaches art. This is an amazing team, and students will thrive in each of these specials environments. We also are very lucky to have a social emotional learning specialist named Ms. Fryer. She's been at Cherry Drive for 2 years, but working with students for about 10 years. She graduated from Plattsburgh State University and graduated from MSU Denver with her master's. Also from New York, like Miss D, she has many interests, including snowboarding, hiking, playing any sport, and relaxing and hanging out with friends. How to help your child get ready. Getting students excited about school is really important. So the sooner you can start talking about kindergarten, what they should expect, sharing stories that you remember from when you were in kindergarten, really reassuring them that they're going to have so much fun and make new friends is really important. Driving by the school and maybe even establishing a routine of this is, what time we wake up. Those things, the earlier they can happen, the better. All right. We also want to get students excited about learning. So really, some of the big things here are really helping them understand that making mistakes is part of learning and actually makes our brain even smarter. We are learning when we're making mistakes. Help your child learn and try new and different activities and really give them that emotional vocabulary. So have them tell you, I feel, I need. Ask them questions about how they're feeling so they can start to think about identifying their own feelings and emotions. And really help them explore using their senses and learn things step by step. Students really need to feel good about themselves when they come to school. And so they need to learn things like how to share, stand in line, wait their turn, how to sit in a circle. Paying attention and really listening to your child is very important. Praising them for their strengths and helping them feel really good about the things they can do, but not pressuring them too much with the things that they're not able to do just yet. Encouraging independence and empowering students is so important. So there is something called the productive struggle. So allowing them to have a little bit of a struggle so that they're learning to do things on their own. We're very lucky at Cherry Drive to have a Tier 1, which means all students receive a social emotional learning curriculum, kindergarten through 5th grade, and it's called Second Step. And it's research-based, and it's really just about developing students and creating their well-being. And the curriculum really provides students with skills and strategies like problem solving and focusing, being assertive, listening, using self-talk, things like that. We also utilize zones of regulation, which is a systematic cognitive behavioral approach that helps students self-regulate their needs as well as their emotions and impulses. And what we've seen from some student data is that students are feeling like they are able to identify and regulate themselves more now since we've started really utilizing the zones of regulation. Okay, so thinking about getting students ready in terms of having that math readiness. So they need to see and understand how numbers work. One of the most important ways you can help get students ready is really just playing and counting with your child so they have that foundation, that foundational number sense. A big focus in kindergarten is not only counting, but also geometry and shapes. So anytime you're out and about in the community, look for shapes, talk about them, expose your child to those shapes. Just using the vocabulary of square, circle, triangle, those things will really help them when they come to kindergarten. Anytime you can count, even forwards, backwards, going up and down stairs, counting stairs, that oral rehearsal is very important for students. It's okay if they don't come with some of these things, like being able to identify and recognize numbers, but the more practice they have in a fun way will help them as they come to kindergarten. We know the most important thing to get your child ready to come to school and be a reader is to read with them. Reading one book at minimum every night not only helps you as a parent, but it really does establish that routine. Hearing books read aloud helps them understand what a sense of a story is. They don't need to know the words yet, but they can look at the pictures and they can really start telling you stories. Reading builds vocabulary, so hearing different books is important, even simple board books. But what we also know is it's okay to reread the same books. It's kind of similar to watching a movie more than once. Students can then be able to read to you. We really talk with students about how good readers are really using those pictures and maybe identifying the first sound in a word to help them solve what that sound is. These are some examples of student growth in writing that you'll hopefully see over the course of their time here at Cherry Drive. So as you can see, in just a few short months, a student is going from just being able to draw the picture to writing a couple sentences with punctuation. If you are helping your child practice writing letters, that's really important, really starting probably with the letters in their name. If they can identify letters and their shape and maybe where they are in the alphabet, it's also important that they're trying to identify what the sounds for each letter is. The first month or so of writing in kindergarten is really just drawing pictures. The first lesson is that pictures tell the story. So as you can see, in September, the pictures then lend themselves to even more detailed pictures in February with those multiple sentences in the writing. As I said before, fostering independence is so important in kindergarten. Kindergarten, with 20 students or so, it's really important that students are practicing and doing things on their own because they won't always have that one-on-one support from teachers. So practicing getting dressed, tying shoes, buttoning pants and zipping and things like that, trying to open, containers, because at lunch there's 2 classrooms is a lot of students for the teachers to help them as they're trying to open different containers, and really praise their efforts, because recognize that they're capable of initiating their own learning, and so just that empowerment piece. And again, like I said before, that productive struggle, they will gain independence. Some additional kindergarten readiness skills. So I've mentioned a couple of these, but recognizing names, their name, letters, and recognizing numbers, recognizing print concepts like the front of a book and how to turn pages and things like that, colors and shapes, body parts, being able to follow 2-step directions. So asking your child to give them 2 steps and have them practice completing those steps. Cutting and holding scissors is a big one for sure. So practicing holding scissors appropriately and cutting. Rhyming is important. So anytime you can rhyme with your child, that really will help them as they get ready to become a reader. Practice writing their name, counting to 20, practice counting objects, and holding a pencil is a big one. If they can come to kindergarten with the appropriate pencil grip, they are going to be much more successful in learning to write. So an academic day at Cherry Drive is very rigorous, and we cover multiple content areas, as you can see. One of the big things is that routine is so important. So students are going to know what to expect and in what order every day. Again, that's really helping them as they transition throughout their day, is knowing what to expect and the different components of the day. How will families learn about the student's progress? We have parent-teacher conferences 2 times each year, in the fall and in the spring. Also, kindergarten students are assessed 3 times a year with PALS, and this is a phonological awareness literacy screening. So it really provides a comprehensive assessment of young children's knowledge of the important literacy fundamentals that are predictive of future reading success. When students are assessed in PALS, that information is shared with families. We also have report cards twice a year. We have Infinite Campus is the system that we use to share grades. And so parents and students will have access to Infinite Campus. And after every unit, the teachers do send home unit rubrics. How do you stay in touch? So you will receive weekly emails from teachers, and I actually send a weekly email every Friday at 3:15 to families. We have our school website. We update it often, as well as Facebook and Instagram. You could start, if you like our Facebook and Instagram, you could start showing your child different pictures. We do post quite a bit. We also have Friday folders, and of course, phone, email, and just notes is another means for communication. Some additional information that we'll share before school starts is who your child's teacher is, information about attendance, some discipline expectations at CDE, our homework policy, and all the things that they will need to bring to school. We do have before and after school enrichment. It's called BASE. And so there is a process to get your child into BASE. You'll want to check out the BASE program at the Adams 12 website, which is listed here. And then you will be notified, I believe, in June. Some pictures of our kindergarten students. This is on their 100th day of school. They had a lot of fun. Here, students are learning, and these are some of the things that you'll see in the classrooms, the calendar, the word walls, and students identifying high frequency words. These are our specials classrooms, so PE, music, and art. And here are kindergarten students having some fun in those specials classrooms. We recently just purchased ukuleles for all students, and so all students in music will be able to hopefully access these ukuleles. Picture of a classroom. We're also very lucky we do have an outdoor classroom that students can access. Kindergarten students have their very own playground. And here is our library. Okay, for more information, you can always visit our website. Again, following us on Facebook and Instagram. We do post a lot, so hopefully if you have any other questions, you can get some information from these places. Thank you so much for joining me and learning about Cherry Drive. We hope that you are excited to start next year. At any time, please feel free to contact me. You can call the school, or you can also email me if you go to our staff page. I'd be happy to answer any questions and do an interactive tour if that's something that your child would be interested in. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.